Before we get this episode started, I think we should address the big old elephant in the room.
Yes, indeed. A
do you,
moment of controversy.
do you want to take this? I mean,
I'll start if that's cool.
Perfect.
I just want to throw in my perspective on the whole thing. And I hope this doesn't sound too harsh. I'm not calling out anybody when I say this. This is just my opinion, and it just is. I don't know. My thing is, I don't really care about Facebook arguments, like, at all.
Yep.
Literally 0%. And I'm not calling anyone out. I know, for example, Gerrit, you do participate in arguments, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think there is a place in society for people like yourself trying to engage in conversation about hot button issues. So it was kind of weird to wake up and see that I had a message from someone that was pulling me into this argument.
Oh, yeah.
And explaining their side of the story, and I was like, I don't know what this is about at all, and I don't care at all. Literally, I don't care. No, and no offense to the person who sent it to me. I mean, in regards to what anything is said, and that includes what you say. Honestly, no offense. I just don't care.
Here, I'll cut in. It's basically, may I have this dance? It's basically the Facebook is nothing. It is so nothing.
Right.
And for me to bring it to this platform to talk about, it's something that. It's basically pointing out, look how ridiculous I found this person to be. So you end up just talking about something that you've said and seen, and then how someone reacts to you. So this is just a nice outlet to bring that out into, like, I'm actually conversing about it. And when you're actually bringing it out, like, I'm not getting emotional when I'm typing shit out, but when I'm actually speaking to a fucking friend of mine, which you are, I get really heated, and I say shit that I'm trying to make it funny, but it comes across as just angry and mean.
Right.
And I don't genuinely wish death. By the way, most people don't know what this is in regards to. I just want to throw that out there as well. Who is listening? No,
and I think
most people don't know.
It's probably important to not try to elaborate too much, just to protect all privacy involved, I think.
Sure. I haven't deleted any of this stuff on Facebook, so if you want to scroll through 1,000 different posts to find what I'm talking about, fine, don't care. But it's not. I don't know. I don't genuinely wish the things that I'm saying. My comedy is dark. I try and be a Looney Tune and a goofball, but also, like, get anger out. It's if you look at my album that's coming out right now, I'm shitting all over centrists, and there's, like, not laughs at sometimes. It's just me being angry, and it's like how everyone should be at this point, and just to lackadaisically point out the inconsistent details, and it's like you're getting lost in the thing. So when I'm saying things, it's at everybody who's saying these certain things. It's not just the specific person. And we tried to say this, and then this person got blocked. Or, I'm sorry, they blocked us. So, there you go. And
I want to say, too, while I don't like Facebook, obviously I do enjoy our recording sessions and producing this show.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me because this is a form of media. And it's not really as popular, I don't think, in some ways, as Facebook. I mean, it's super popular, like, for the really famous, like, podcasters out there, but the way I've looked at this show and the way that it seems to have unfolded organically is that it's really just a conversation between friends,
That's
and
all it is.
And so I do forget that there are times where, like, we were 100% public. And I think that's probably a good thing, because the whole point is that people listen to just friends talking to each other. But then it's such a different feeling to have to defend the content, as well as like as a podcast, and also as, like, on a Facebook post, because it is posted on Facebook.
Yeah, that's so people can find it and listen to it. Also, I mean, we have maybe 20 listeners, it goes across YouTube and Anchor. So Anchor sends it out to everything. So there's Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. So it is fascinating to me that it's such low listenership that it can also cause a shitstorm with someone who I didn't think even listened to the thing.
Right. I mean, I think it's interesting, and I hope this doesn't sound like I'm calling anyone out, but I think it's kind of funny it took like 64 episodes to get any feedback.
I know.
Like,
it's crazy. Like,
literally.
we asked for, hey, send us a message, and then, like, completely on the post, well, it's just like, no. You can send a message and we can have a conversation like an adult, because literally you
and then we can address it like we are right now.
Yeah. I mean,
we've never had an opportunity to have a conversation like you and I are having because no one has ever written to us.
And it's also, it's just to take, like, it's just a Facebook thing. That's it.
That's the other thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to be, honestly, I don't want to be communicated about our podcast in my personal inbox. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm separate. I'm like, I don't even use it. And it's just weird. Like, write to the email. Like, we have an email. Write to the email. Don't write to me. I've just
never gotten...
I don't care on Facebook. Facebook's nothing to me. It's Mark Zuckerberg's such a piece of shit. They're intentionally allowing incorrect information, misinformation to spread, and in many, many different areas, from like politics to just basic stuff. And it's, they're collecting our data, they're doing all this stuff. I don't like them. I don't really want someone to reach out to me just because they're having a tiff with my co-host, you know?
You shouldn't have been drawn into that. And it's fascinating to me that you were. And also the thing that sparked this was talking about mail-in voting and absentee voting, and now that the news story that broke is that Trump literally is withholding money from the USPS to stop mail-in voting. Like, he literally said that. And then people are going to get lost in the details and be like,
again,
well, it's not about that. It's actually, he meant to say this. And it's like, no, motherfucker. He actually...
he said...
It's... Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's what was in the message that was sent to me, was like, defending that position. And while I don't, again, I was actually trying to respond because I've never been in this situation before.
Yeah.
And I was trying to be like, hey, I totally, like, I appreciate the message. I'm certainly not trying to shit on anybody specifically. And hey, like, based on the point we were trying to get across is that there's an intentional desire to sow confusion in these two relatively similar, incredibly similar devices for voting in the context of a global pandemic.
Yep.
So that was what I think our shared point is, yours and mine. And then I got blocked, so I wasn't able to send the message. So,
I mean,
I gotta say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was blocked for posting a defense.
Your comment on the thing, yeah.
Which I think the one thing I think I must have done incorrectly was I think I focused too much on the humor aspect, like the way humor is interpreted.
Yeah. And then someone else commented and said, well, the person said that they lost respect for me. Hey, guess what? Next episode, someone's going to call us out again for me saying this, but they lost respect for me. And I said, I don't know what you want me to do. I have apologized, and that person blocked me. So, I mean, that's the thing about apologizing, is that I genuinely meant what I said, but you can do whatever you want with an apology, so you don't have to take it. I have apologized.
Totally, yeah.
That's it.
That's totally fine, and that's true.
You block me, and
I wasn't given an opportunity. Like, I was thrown into this, and I had no opportunity to do anything other than post that, like, long message I sent defending the podcast. And then, I don't know. I understand. I think there is a point. Like, it's totally worth discussing these things. I totally get if someone's offended, for sure. I mean, if they feel directly called out, and I don't want to alienate people. I don't want them to dissuade them from talking to us about it. But I am, I guess, a little upset at the way everything went down. I don't think anyone specifically is to blame. I think it's just like a weird, like, amalgamation of a bunch of different forms of communication and kind of catching onto the message later than others. and all of this kind of snowballed super quick.
That's just that's what everything is now. It's like literally 20 people. Thank you to everybody. Sorry, 19 now.
Yeah.
But hey, that was funny.
That was good.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's maybe that's why I'm losing sleep. I don't know. It's something I felt genuinely bad about, and it's like your words can get misinterpreted, but you also feel bad for the way that they made someone feel, and it's like that wasn't about you. It was partially, but it's like it's the same as how like social media, podcasts, all this stuff, like content, putting out content, it can all snowball into this reaction. If I'm going off on something, and I think most people are like this, if you're going off about something, then immediately that starts snowballing and you start thinking about all the other people, and it's just like like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, every Reddit, everything just goes in at once, and you're like, fucking knock it off. Like, stop the fucking noise. It's just noise at this point. And you lash out. And that's what it is. Yeah. So, I mean, the guy's a good guy. He's not one of the pieces of shit. I wouldn't call him a piece of shit that's on my fucking posts all the time, but
yeah.
It's just it's everyone's getting lost in the details, and when there's an actual conspiracy in front of your face, you won't acknowledge it. But you'll acknowledge other things that are like theories. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is a fucking conspiracy, and don't get lost in the details. Literally, the administration is trying to stop Democrats from voting.
Right. So. And Republicans. But
yeah.
Statistically, it's going to be a higher percentage of Democrats that they're stopping. So, when they launch that rain of arrows on the battlefield, hopefully they get more enemies than their own soldiers.
I don't know.
That's my metaphor for the day.
I got my new LaCroix. It's pastique. Watermelon. Good. Actually tastes like watermelon.
I have paper.
Enjoy that. Drink
I'll take that. And I have an empty canny. Can you read that?
Yep, C-A-N-I.
It is a C-A. Huh. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing over here.
Perfect. Let's start the episode.
Yeah, let's jump in. Yeah, great. I'm happy that we were able to talk about this. I just have to say, and you can honestly cut this out if it sounds too divisive.
No, do it.
But I do think I don't understand all of. I mean, I don't know many of your like friends on Facebook.
You know this guy.
I do think it's kind of. Is this rude to say?
Let's
it's
see.
Kind of funny to hear someone lose respect for someone else. Is that weird? Because, like, it took me forever to lose respect for Kanye West. It literally took him trying to undermine an election with the help of Trump's cronies for me to say, I'm a little disappointed in you, Whereas if I'm listening to a podcast and Jason Mantzoukas says that he hates Batman and Robin, and I'm like, well, it's kind of amazing in its own way. I'm not gonna lose. I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to measure what I said versus I don't like a movie.
That's true. That is true.
There's that, but also I don't know. It's just it's someone saying that you've lost respect for me clearly means that you've never listened to fucking anything that I've ever done. I mean, I am very vocal.
Our content has always been like. I
mean, the amount that we say cunt, like, will offend most women, and this person's like, I don't know about that. You're like, just fuck. I mean, it is what it is. It's not. I'm not losing sleep over someone saying that, but hopefully on the next episode we'll get to talk about me calling someone out for losing respect for me. So that's what I'm hoping about.
Perfect. Well, and again, luckily for me, none of this matters to me.
Here's the deal. If you are offended by something, write a review on iTunes and say, fuck these carrots, or send us an email at KerritPod@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter, because that is a more public forum. We also have a podcast page you guys can go like or trash or whatever you want to do. It's when it's like a personal thing. I mean, it's just make the extra effort to put it publicly. So,
right. It's
maybe so more people can see it and you turn them off of listening. I don't know. We go down to 18 viewers. I mean, I don't know.
I know.
It's like it does not matter. You posting it publicly outs yourself. I'm just going to say that as well. So
yeah.
I'm still friends with the guy's wife. If she blocks me, then that means that he's still listening to the episodes. So there's that.
So, I mean, big shout out. I do want to, just in case this isn't clear though, I certainly didn't mean to offend the gentleman that we're talking about. Like really though.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a history, and certainly while we may have different opinions, I don't think that's cause for like, you know, horrible anger and rage. I don't know why I'm doing this motion with my hand, but anyway.
I probably need anger management classes. I don't know. So I try to be funny, but the anger comes out. I apologize for the way that I made this person feel. I'm looking directly at the camera. If you are watching, sorry. But you've blocked me on Facebook, so it's not. You either you don't care anymore, or I should just start taking some NyQuil and go to sleep.
That was not a suicide joke. Just to clear, I know we're getting kind of dark here, or we're getting realistic or whatever.
Wow.
That was just a sleeping joke. Like he has not slept.
That's the thing too. Is like I wasn't making that joke, but now it feels like we're walking on fucking eggshells.
It doesn't it?
And it's like I can't even reference that. Like, can I talk about my own mental health? No, because someone's gonna. Okay.
I genuinely was going to say what we should do. I don't know if we want to do it now or like next season or whatever, but do like
everything.
I was gonna say a swath of episodes where we intentionally try to not swear or like call anyone out, but it's hard to do right now just because I think we're so fired up about politics. And
when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris get elected, then we can do some bleep episodes.
Cool. I really want to do a series on Batman, and I would even do it sooner than when they get elected, just to take my mind off of the mail-in voting shit being super fucked.
That'd be fun.
And there I am cursing again. Oh boy.
Oh shit balls.
Oh no.
Let's start the episode. Enjoy this music.
Here we go. Ding 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 ding.
Hello, Kerrit podcast. Good song.
Yeah, this sounds like something carrots could grow to.
Crunch into us.
What's up, Doc? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Fuck them.
Crunch.
Hello.
Hey,
Alex Plotkowski. What's up, man?
What's up, Kevin?
Dude, I'm so happy. I mean, Garrett and I just had a talk about Facebook, and it's just nice to have, like, you know, your face here and hanging out.
A real good person from Facebook.
Not one of the several other million shits on Facebook.
Yep, that's true. Well, we're going to have to apologize again after this.
Yeah, we don't want to call anyone shits.
I don't know these people, so fuck them.
Oh, God. Now we're down to 17 listeners.
Oh, jeez.
So, for people listening or watching, Alex Plotkowski has joined the ranks here. He's a long-time listener, first-time visitor.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Good to be here.
How are you, buddy?
Oh, you know, sucking another day's dick, you know? Make it through the world today.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it these days.
Survival.
Yep.
Well, good. End of the episode.
So, but we are here to talk about James
Bond.
There it is. I thought someone would pick up.
Johan Bond.
There it is.
Ooh.
In Swedish.
Hello, my name is Johan Bond.
The name's Bond. Johan Bond.
That's what we need in our lives. We need a beautiful Swedish man to save us all from communism.
I love that.
Watch that.
I love that. So, Alex, you're using your phone.
Yep.
And we have the vertical amateur porn angle.
Oh, should I?
Well, there we go.
Yeah, better.
That's much better. I can see both. I can see both your shoulders now.
Yeah, my laptop is a decade old, so every now and then the internet will just cut out on it completely. So I was playing poker on Poker Stars with some friends of mine.
Oh, no.
And I had 4 9s, which will win every time. And it cut out on me before I could bet. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I need a new laptop. So
So it was a decade old. So
Yeah.
Are you a part of that pedophile ring? Have you been fucking your computer?
no, but I feel like somebody has been fucking my computer. That's why it doesn't work anymore. Tom Hanks came over, and now I'm fucked, aren't I?
Oh, God. I hate everything. I'm just trying to keep it in right now.
I hate that story. Poker's the worst because you lose all the time, and then when you hear a story where you're about to win, you lose anyways. The world's against you.
It's like Le Chiffre just poisoned you at the Hold'em table.
Oh, segue.
Yeah, I've written those. Yeah. So how are we doing this? You said, Alex, you had some stuff to bring to the table. What were you gonna say?
Okay, so first of all, I was going to say, you guys were discussing the video games last time you guys talked about James Bond, which was
3 episodes ago.
3 episodes ago. But my question for you guys is, which movie do you think could have benefited from having its own video game?
Great question. Holy shit. We didn't even finish the games, but oh my God.
I've been thinking about this. I don't know why. Alex, I'm on your wavelength. The reason why I was thinking about this is because I was thinking of like movies that would best represent each Bond. And I don't know how it would work. They kind of did it with From Russia with Love. So you can, I think, take one of those older movies that don't have as much action and still have cool moments.
Well,
Yeah.
we can talk about this game right now, which we have not covered yet. 007 Legends. Do you guys know this game? It's not good. I have played it. I played all the Bond games.
Yikes.
I went and bought them specifically for this podcast.
$12 well spent.
It was 15.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
too much.
I know
That's too much.
it is.
Get your money
It
back.
is. Well, I'll just cash out the Anchor account, and that'll be $7. So that'll cover half of one of the games. So this game, I didn't get past the first mission, Goldfinger. So this game is basically, it came out when Skyfall came out, and Daniel Craig is James Bond in it. But what they do is they begin with Skyfall, he's dying, and then he flashes back to all these previous missions, and they put him into the face of every movie. So the movies are Goldfinger, Moonraker, Honor Majesty's Secret Service, Die Another Day, and License to Kill.
Shit! That was my idea, was on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, that
That would be such a cool full-length video game.
This game is utter shit. It is...
So that's why we got to make our own, because
I
they
know.
will be better, obviously.
Exactly.
This is the game that killed the Bond franchise. It is. I mean, the games. It's fucking. It's trash, and it's a bummer. It's a really big bummer because it's so much potential, but like the controls are weird, and you have to do these stupid things like decoding doors, and it's. I feel
Nobody
bad.
wants
It's not
to do
good.
that.
So there's 2 games before that, which we'll talk about. But for that one, I mean, License to Kill, I think, would be a really great example. I haven't gotten to that part of the game yet, but that would be a good movie game.
You would get
Yeah.
the like semis driving mission. That would be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
No, that'd be a lot of fun. See, as shitty as a movie as Spectre is, I think a Spectre game could have been all right, because the plot for that movie works better as a video game because it's a stupid plot.
Yeah, that's
It's an
true.
incredibly stupid plot, and those work for video games. They don't work for movies, but it works if you're playing it along.
And it's very long, so that would be multiple missions. That'd
Yeah,
be a
it's
very long
super
game.
dense.
That's
Yeah.
good. Huh.
I would,
Yeah.
I would also say maybe what's the one? A View to a Kill.
That would be a great game.
That would be amazing.
You can bring Christopher Walken in and just have him do some voice work.
Ow! Max Zorin. That's
I'm a
me.
Nazi.
You can get the half. He's driving half a car through Paris. I mean, You
Hate
can't
it.
lose with that.
That
The
shit writes
Eiffel-
itself.
Eiffel Tower scene.
And he's battling little dancing butterflies on like fishnet wire or whatever.
That movie is so trash.
It's kind of amazing.
I think.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
What about
it's fun.
what about for a more movie? Because they did Moonraker with that game, and they did
Live and Let
Moonraker-
Die would be great.
Yeah, the boat chase, that would be pretty cool.
Plus,
The boat chase,
have
all the
that
stuff with
southern
Baron
setting.
Samadi.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because in a lot of the games with multiplayer, they've done levels where, or they've introduced characters like Baron Samedi and Jaws, and Knick Knack has been in Nightfire, but and Max Zorin was also in Nightfire, but they'll have these levels. Oh, and A View to a Kill, Golden Gate Bridge, that was in GoldenEye Rogue Agent. But they'll have these things where it's like from the movie into the game, and it's like fun, but it's not this expansive type of thing that I think could really benefit. I mean, they did it with From Russia with Love, but they updated it, so it's like you're using a jetpack, and you got cell phone shit.
Yeah, those remote control spiders too, I think, right?
That-
Yeah.
Was that in that game, or was
Or was
I
it a
think-
drone?
I think
It was
it's a
something.
drone. It's a
Yeah.
drone. Everything or Nothing has the little invisible spider thing, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you say that each of these games are doing like a snapshot of a scene from a movie.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, hey, look at our greatest hits instead of like putting out an actual album.
Well, isn't it? I mean, GoldenEye did that as well. So the last two missions of GoldenEye are the Aztec, and then the which is Moonraker, and then the Temple, which is The Spy Who Loved Me. Even though Baron Samedi's in it,
For some reason.
it's real weird. But it's like those two missions are like kind of bonus levels. They're not. There's no Trevelyan. There's no Onatop. It's like the game ends. You beat the Cradle, and then to unlock those two missions, you have to beat the Cradle on like 00 Agent or something at a specific time to get those two missions, and then the
Or
Aztec in a
cheat
certain time.
codes.
Yes, that's how I got most of my stuff is cheat codes. Did you know that you can actually program cheats? Like you start the game, no cheats, you program them in, and then right before you finish the game, you pause it, unprogram it, and then you can beat it and then get to the next level without, the consequences of... Because if you have the cheats on when you start and end, basically, from the cheat code menu, then it won't advance to the next mission.
Because they know you're cheating and they're like, hey, fuck you, dick.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Well, that's why that game was rated T for teen.
They only could say fuck once.
Yeah, just the one fuck.
Yep, and
Fuck
they want
you.
to make sure that all the people know that it's hard work that gets you to the end. Not, just fucking whatever the fucks.
Not
I mean,
Donkey Kong mode.
I'll be honest.
Exactly.
I beat that game so hard I got 007. So it's like there's 4 different levels there's Agent, Secret Agent, and 00 Agent, and then there's 007, and that's where you can control how weak or strong the enemies are, so you can blow up a remote mine right next to them and they go flying immediately.
Nice.
And it's pretty cool.
What a great game. What a great game.
I mean,
is.
that's the takeaway. That's what we got.
And I think also it just shows how kind of, I hate to say shitty, but not how not great the rest of them are.
Mm-hmm.
They peaked in high school,
Yeah.
They fucking just, I don't even know, got a job at Best Buy, and that was it.
GoldenEye was on the high school football team.
Yeah.
Well, it's like they peaked as a freshman in high school, because then, like, The World Is Not Enough is okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Sticky grenades are fun,
They are.
God damn it, Kevin.
But it doesn't quite match it. You're right.
but it's it's that one good year, and then after that, it's like, oh, you did all right, but you're not the same.
Mhm.
It's like they
tried.
it's like they got senioritis in sophomore year.
It's like they started experimenting with drugs early on.
Yeah.
School sucks. Like, I'm fucking high. I don't give a shit. Like, math is for queers. I don't care.
Tomorrow never dies, man.
never lies. It never dies.
Did you know Katie Lang was supposed to do this song and then they put it at the end, man? That's true. That's actually true.
Denise Richards is a physicist named Christmas Jones. It's great.
I thought Christmas only came once a year. I wish her line would have been like, no, it comes twice. It comes in July also.
Or I'm Jehovah's Witness. It never comes. That would have been great. Just
That would have been very inclusive.
just a blow to his ego.
And then he cries, and then, Die Another Day starts. So going back to this question, I think it's so fascinating because there's so many Bond movies that are like a great example of what could be a good. I think what defines a good game.
It all comes down to mechanics, I think. With GoldenEye, it was like, we're first person. It's the first time that it looks amazing like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know, something about the impact of the bullets and the sound effects and
the aiming mechanics were insane.
Yes.
Everything was complete.
That's actually one thing I'm running into with all these other games is like the aiming is shit. There's no auto aim for one of them. I can't remember, but I mean the only one that's worth a goddamn is Nightfire, maybe, or Everything or Nothing was. I don't know. We've talked about all of them, but none of them hold a candle to GoldenEye.
No, they're all okay, but eh.
Mm-hmm. And I think it honestly comes down to the fact that they're only enjoyable to play if you're a fan of like Bond, because you can pretend you're Bond, like you're in an environment, you have an outlet for kind of expressing your love for the franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's the same reason I play like Madden. Like Madden's the worst fucking game ever, but I do like football. You know? Yeah.
You need your fix.
I need my fix. I need my Bond fix, man. Throw in fucking Nightfire. Throw in Bloodstone. We're gonna bleed that stone dry.
Speaking of Bloodstone, it's another game. I did play this one as well, and I would say this is top tier of games. I think this one is genuinely great, except for the driving missions, which are utter shit. Because it's like you can only brake a certain amount of time, so you have to like program your brake, like if you stop the car, because if you go too far, then you like crash into a wall, and then it like spins you around, and you can't reverse. And you're always on a time mission. So if you get too far away from the person you're apprehending, then it restarts. And, which if reversing no reverse isn't bad enough, there's no weapons on the car that you're driving. So you're not even shooting at anybody. You're just driving a car.
Have they watched a James Bond movie? Like, they always have machine guns or rockets or something.
It's so
Ejectocito does.
Seriously. The plot of this one is the UK's top secret biochemical project has fallen into enemy hands. Only one man can unravel the sinister goal and defeat those behind it. Bond. James Bond. He's got to get that microfilm. The mechanics are good. Is
it Danny Craig as Bond?
It is Danny Craig. Look at him right there. This could have been a poster for a movie. This is pretty great, but
the title sucks, though. The title sucks.
Bloodstone? It's not that bad.
I can't tell if it's good. I mean, because it's a pun. And I don't really know what Bloodstone means, I should say.
I haven't finished the game, so I haven't figured it out either.
Isn't that biblical? Get blood from a stone?
It might be, because I know there's the whole thing where you can't squeeze water from a stone?
Yeah.
Something? Man, I'm really bad with the sayings, apparently.
I'm bad with the Bible.
That's why you're going to hell. It's fine.
Perfect.
I mean, it's perfectly warm there. I'll bring my own air conditioner. We'll be
The
fine.
holy trinity of going to hell over Bond games. This is great.
Yay!
I think that one's not that bad. Bloodstone. I mean, I wouldn't play the driving missions. It's a fucking chore to get through.
Did you say you can't reverse?
Yeah, you can't reverse. It's so dumb.
How do you is it a single course then, and you're?
Yeah.
Is it like old PlayStation style, where you couldn't do that stuff?
Yeah, it's like there's no. I mean, if there is one, I couldn't find it. I think I checked the controls and I'm like, there's no reverse. This is insane.
But it's like
you
stupid.
have to specifically, like, if there's a fork in the road, you have to specifically go to this direction instead of this one, because then if this one, you'll like run into something and then you'll flip around and then you have to drive this course correct. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Driving missions are always bad in games. Like if it's not a driving game, the missions are just genuinely the worst. Like there was a Godfather game that I loved back in the day on the original Xbox. Loved the shit out of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Any driving mission, trash. Just
Interesting.
absolute trash. Even in like Grand Theft Auto, the driving missions are genuinely pretty trash. And that's a game where you're supposed to drive most of the time. But like when they tell you you have to get to this point or follow behind this person, it's just garbage. It's like, don't tell me how to live my life.
I wish they would give you the driving mechanics of Simpsons Road Rage. I loved that game.
Yes, that's a top tier game.
Kevin disagrees.
I love that game because I remember. I mean, I'm a huge Simpsons fan, so to see like an open world format Simpsons game is amazing.
It was
from, like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But there was one level where your driving had to be so precise to beat it. It's near the end. I think you're like delivering a barrel of toxic waste, maybe.
Mm.
And it is. I don't think I beat it. And I mean, I spent hours trying to get through there, and I was always like just a second or two off, and no matter what I did. I'm a little bitter.
The only level I had a problem with was I think you have to go to Mr. Burns' mansion and take down all his trees. Like, you have to crash into him.
Yeah.
But it was the last one, and it took me for fucking ever. But I did it.
I feel like one of those, I had my brother do it for me because I was angry and I left. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. And then my brother did it. He's like, that was easy. And then I was just like, all right, I'm never playing this game again. Fuck this game.
Mm.
Is your brother older than you?
Yes.
That would make it okay then, right? Because it's like, he's older, and like it's like when I had
the thing is, I
babysitter
also have a
Mario.
younger brother that's better at video games than I am, so he might have also done it. So that's the thing. We shared a console, so when you share a console, you're just like, all right, your half hour's up, it's their turn.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever they do in that half hour, man, you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
They
can ruin everything.
Oh, man. I forgot. Those are rules. You are right. It has been so long since I've had to share a console with a sibling.
They suck. It's just like, ugh. Do something else. Go do something else. Go play outside while I wallow in my misery. It's fine.
Exactly.
That's how I feel every day now.
Mm.
We live it. We live it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're sucking the dick of the time that your sibling is playing video games and you're not.
There it is. There it is.
It's a conceptual dick. It's very metaphorical, but it is a dick.
Oh, it's definitely a dick.
Exactly.
Big, girthy one.
Yes, very big, girthy, veiny, hairy.
Ugh.
Filled with jizz.
Sweaty. Yes. No. Big no thank you.
For the people listening, Alex just mimics taking pubic hair off of his can of Coke.
That guy still on the Supreme Court. All right.
We still had to get a little political on this.
Clarence Thomas. It's Clarence Thomas, right?
Clarence Thomas, yeah.
That's who it is. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll cover
It's like two famous Clarences.
I think we'll cover one more game, and then we'll get to that question that Alex is just burning in my head of what would be the best one. But this is GoldenEye Reloaded for the kids at home. Have either of you guys played this?
I have
No.
not. No, I would like to try, but I haven't.
They've expanded everything, and it barely looks reminiscent of the original one. And there's so many cutscenes where this is the same as 007 Legends, where there's just a ton of cutscenes where you're not even doing anything. You're just watching the characters do shit, and you're like, why am I not playing right now? And I think that's such a hindrance. It's so fucking boring. You can't skip anything. And it's also the mechanics of shooting and everything like that. And it's another thing where, like, stealth missions. I hate stealthing unless it's done well. Like, in Bloodstone, I think it's done pretty well. But the stealthing is so fucking stupid where it's like, hey, you have to be, like, swift and don't let anyone know you're here and use this radar to make sure you can find where the people are. Otherwise, if they spot you, then more guards are going to come. And it's like, okay, so more guards are going to come and they're going to shoot at me, but I'll get to kill them all? Yeah. So does it hinder the mission at all? No. Then why the fuck do I have to even attempt to stealth? This is so dumb. And that's what both of those games are. And it seems like the same mechanic. It's just a fucking bummer. And quit putting Daniel Craig... That's how the film franchise fucked him over, is because they're like, well, we have to put out a video game, so let's just put him in all the other properties. And it's like, just fucking do a Bloodstone and make a new game. It's just weird, because he's in GoldenEye as well.
He really got screwed, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He got one really good movie. I really like Skyfall. I know you guys don't like it as much as I do. But still, like, yeah, one great movie, one good one, and then two pretty bad ones. And then all these games that were just obligations that, like, when you sign up for the role, it's like, yeah, you got to do these. Mm-hmm. No wonder he hates the role so much.
And you're forgetting No Time to Die, which still has not come out yet.
Yeah, we're never going to see that movie, are we?
Dude, I hope so. I mean, I think it'll be good. They're bringing Felix Leiter back, and that's the only shining moment.
There's this one interview. Okay, quick side note. My mom always bought People magazine when I was a kid. And they would always do, like, these brief news updates on, like, you know, whose celebrity gave birth or who died or who, like, signed for a new project or whatever.
So nothing has changed.
Oh, nothing has changed. I don't know why I described it, actually. So that's like a normal thing.
You just described Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Exactly. But in a
book. It's in a little book thing.
Yeah, it's got like staples.
Yeah, it's a collection of words, but they're, like, tangible. Like, you can feel them. It's like a cat. And
you can cut them out and make a ransom note.
Exactly, yeah. And there was this interview with a man who was dying of cancer, and I don't remember his name, and I wish I did, because it would make this obviously much more fulfilling.
Yeah, he's dead now. It's fine.
He is very dead, and this was like 20 years ago.
Kevin, don't joke about cancer. That's not funny.
I'm not. It sucks. Wait. I see.
I was twisting your words. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. What I meant to say was, LOL. No, never mind. Never mind. Let's not go there.
I meant to say WAP. Wet ass pussy. It was a reference to the Cardi B song. Yep.
I didn't know that was a song.
Yeah,
that's what that means.
That's another. Well, I can't believe that's the actual pronunciation, because WAP is. It should be, but in the song they actually say WAP. But that's an offensive term to Italian people.
For Italian Americans. That's what I thought when I kept. I'm like.
I kept seeing that, and I'm like, are you guys? Are we really doing this?
But isn't Cardi B the person who would drug men and rip them off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
everyone,
I mean, she puts out a good song, and everyone likes to forget that. But she's a woman, and she's.
Is it a good song?
It's a fine song. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to look into this.
This guy was dying of cancer.
So this guy was dying of cancer, and he was conducting an interview, and he basically said, like, I've accepted it. I just would love to make it to the next James Bond movie. And that's how I've lived my life. Like, Vin Diesel lives at quarter mile at a time. I live at a James Bond movie at a time. And, it sucks that his last movie was Die Another Day, but...
I live that.
I'd kill myself right there. I'd be like, that's it?
It's like, fucking, come on. I gave the interview to people for nothing.
I live my life a LaCroix at a time. And I can die now that I got to this new flavor. That's it.
What's the new flavor? Ass.
I think that was the old flavor.
Oh, that's all the flavors. Pastique watermelon.
Pastique.
It's
That doesn't
fancy.
sound bad.
I don't know.
Fuck does pastique mean?
It's a kind of watermelon. I don't know. It's so funny to me that people really people love. That's the new Nickelback. Like people love shitting on LaCroix. So
Nickelback
much.
had some hit
everything.
songs.
I'm like a dog, dude. I will shit on everything. Give me an opportunity.
Anyway, let's shit on
Right.
these games.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with the guy from People, though. I live my life from... That's why I don't want to die of COVID, because I want to see this new fucking Bond movie.
I must say, I'm like deathly curious. No pun intended. That's a really bad. I'm very
The
curious.
film is called No Time to Die. So.
It is. So
And then all this shit happened, and apparently there was plenty of time to die.
Yeah, there's 165,000 people going, not for me.
Yep. More like no time to release.
Hey! I hope they do like the Tenet route where they release over the rest of the world, and the United States just doesn't get it, and we're just sitting there like...
I mean, I'll watch it illegally. I don't give a fuck. This country...
I don't either.
I got fired.
I'm not above that.
I got
Couldn't
fired
do it.
by my government. So, I mean, I'm looking at anyone who's unemployed right now as, like, we got fired by the fucking United States of America. So they can eat my ass. They can shove that $250,000 fine for illegally watching a movie up their own cunt. I don't care.
Is that how much it is?
Yeah. And
I got to move to Finland, guys.
I think
I'm
it's
sorry.
I think it's 250,000 and then also like 10 years in prison or something for illegally.
Up to 10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've read the FBI warning a time or two, and especially when it's something I illegally downloaded, I'm like, you bastards.
I can't believe they didn't cut this off. Yeah. So,
Dude.
I mean, I'll buy it. Like if I can, I'll buy it when it comes out, but I'm watching it when I should be able to fucking watch it.
See, I'm the only thing that would concern me is if the quality is even slightly off, which it 100% will probably be.
It will be.
It will ruin the experience. Because I did this. Wait,
Age of
I
Ultron.
might have done this with Age of Ultron. I might have. I don't really remember, but let's say I did. And I got like halfway through the movie, and I was like, "This is bad," and I couldn't tell if it was because of the quality of the storytelling and like the movie itself, or the shitty bootleg I might have been watching.
It was ironically both.
Yeah, hot take, Age of Ultron, not very good.
No, it's not good.
Exactly.
It's got some good things in it, but they were later explored in other movies.
Yeah. That was disappointing because I went to see it like a week later. And I was like, maybe I'm wrong. The same thing actually happened with American Sniper. I was like, got to like halfway through it. I was like, this is bad. And then I was like, well, it's coming out in like a week or two. I'll just wait and see it with my friends. It's probably going to be better and higher quality. Much worse.
I mean, quality, I think bad quality wears off maybe 10 minutes in, and you kind of like forget that it's bad quality, and then you're like, oh, the movie is bad, or the movie is good. But you just picked two bad movies with bad quality, and you blamed the quality.
Perfect for pirating in that case.
Yeah. Only pirate shitty movies.
I think that's like an anti-piracy campaign right there. I think they should be paying us.
Yeah.
For something like, hey, if it's good, go see it. Go spend your money. But if it's shit.
Yeah. Gemini Man, watch that illegally.
I
I wouldn't watch that ever.
Just don't.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Is it even good?
No, it's fucking terrible. It's a fucking 90s movie stuck in the 2019. How is this even possible? It was awful.
Dude, did Will Smith do a better job
No.
in Red Table or in Gemini Man?
What's Red Table?
Red Table. Alex, Red Table. Right? Red Table, like, where he meets his, like, wife has a show called, like, Red Table Talk.
The stuff, I didn't realize it was called Red Table. I just thought it was Jada Pinkett talks a lot of shit for 45 minutes.
Like, she literally gives excuses as to why she could cheat on her husband.
It was good.
She's had several different episodes with people. Like, she's talked about polyamory and stuff like that. And I'm very much like, do your own thing. And then Will Smith comes on an episode, and so like he's like, so you cheat on me? And she's like, I had an entanglement with another man. Like,
Jesus.
that is the most politically correct way of saying, Yep, I definitely sucked another dick. I'm sorry.
Like, I mean,
those are alternative facts. I just had a dalliance.
I love the idea that it's just like you have to accept everybody. It's just like, yeah, but the person that signed on for something is also like, I'm so against that cheating. That's fucking crazy. So,
Shit is wild.
mm-hmm.
Wild West.
Well, we found the title of the episode.
Oh man!
I don't think I'm gonna,
because he's in a movie.
Yeah.
Starring Kenneth Branagh, Gerrit's favorite.
I fucking hate Kenneth Branagh.
I remember when
Dude,
he.
I have
cool,
said
though.
so much more shit about Kenneth Branagh than I have this one person that will remain nameless on Facebook. I think I've fucking laid into Kenneth Branagh pretty bad.
But remember, like, literally late 80s, early 90s. He's popping out like fucking Shakespeare movies, and he's getting Oscar nomination after Oscar nomination. And I thought he was going to be the next something. He wasn't really, but you know.
I thought they were going to tab him to be Bond at one point. Honestly,
Is he British?
yeah, he's a knight. He's Sir Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah,
Which,
also
doesn't mean jack shit. I mean,
No,
but
because Sean Connery's Scottish and he's a Sir.
yeah, but Sean Connery is also an international treasure, so you leave him alone.
Are you saying that Kenneth Branagh is a national treasure?
No. I'm
Oh,
saying
sorry,
one of them is not.
Nicolas Cage is. Sorry.
Yeah, if they could do American Sirs, Nicolas Cage, first American Sir.
Oh, careful with that sword. That was my Nicolas Cage. It was pretty good.
That wasn't bad.
Oh, the bees! Bees are in my eyes! Alright, that was better.
we need an American Sir. What would it even be, like, Mister?
Oh, we did
Yeah.
have one. It was American Sniper, but there's more letters in it.
Oh, fuck you, Bradley Cooper.
American Sniper, Garrett Elsinga.
Thanks! Oh, yeah, bees! Sorry. This is so stupid.
Oh,
Oh, like that movie. Oh,
Best,
man.
best movie that could be a Bond game. Did you guys give your answers?
I did. You did too, Spectre.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
I think there's quite a few that would actually carry over very well, but it's like some definitely would. Like I think Dr. No would be a real shitty video game.
Bad.
Mm-hmm.
What else would be very shitty? The Living Daylights would also be shitty. Which
Yeah.
License to Kill, great. That would be
Mhm.
a great, but like Living Daylights would be very boring.
I think Spy Who Loved Me would be pretty solid.
That would be good.
Yeah, you
How
can even do co-op in that.
There we go.
I love
Army
it.
of Two style.
Yeah.
How about this? You guys ready?
I don't know.
I don't like the movie.
Should I sit down?
Yeah, sit down. Sit down more. I don't like the movie, but Diamonds Are Forever.
That's a great idea.
That would actually be okay.
I think so.
You'd have a moon rover
Yeah.
mission.
That's what I was thinking. There's so many ways to expand that into a great game. The elevator fight between Peter Frank. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Plus, even the beginning where he's like, you could have him shooting a bunch of plastic surgeon-faced Blofelds.
I want to have the voice actress be like, "You just killed James Bond."
Yeah. Plenty. Named after your father, perhaps.
The best line ever in any James Bond movie. I died. Dude.
You know what's funny? The first time I heard that, I didn't get it. I didn't know there was a. I didn't get
Well,
it.
I think I saw that movie when I was like 10 or 11, and I didn't get it. My dad's like, "You'll one day, one day."
Yeah,
And then I watched it when I was like 13. I'm like, "Holy shit, that's hilarious!"
Dude, plenty
Who is
O'Toole. Never fall
I want to see Nicolas Cage
So
play that
blatant.
role. He would be like, if we could get Nicolas Cage in that James Bond game of Diamonds Are Forever.
As Plenty O'Toole.
Not as Plenty O'Toole.
I'm plenty.
Bloody O'Toole. Have him be everyone. Named after your father, perhaps. You just killed James Bond.
You can't just kill him. I like James Bond.
Klaus Hergesheimer, G-section. He's doing a Sean Connery impression. All right. This was fun. How about this? Worst Bond, like Bond movie that would be the worst game. I say Thunderball. How boring would that underwater section be? I mean, come on. That movie is all dialogue, no action.
I kind of feel, if I were to throw one out there, maybe The Man with the Golden Gun.
I disagree. I think that would be a very fun game. The Funhouse alone would be a great level.
But there's only that part, and then there's like the chase through Thailand, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's the boat chase, there's the car chase with the flying loop, and then that could be like a cool mission. The belly dancer scene, there's some other stuff in there too.
Same Bond girl, different movie. Octopussy would be a very shitty game.
Dude, that would be so fun because.
Do you really want to dress up like James Bond the Clown?
Yeah, because like, he's in a clown suit and he can be like, you can disarm a bomb as James Bond as a clown, you know. So you are a clown disarming a bomb. Maybe that is bad.
I think you could probably you'd have to
train
do like
stuff would be cool.
All the Roger Moore movies as one James Bond game, like snippets from each.
Dude, that's a great idea. Actually have a game that, like, have 5 games, or 6 games, and it's all the... This is too much to give people, but 6 games, and it's every movie packed into one game.
Yeah. Because then you could do the best parts of each, because there's a lot of filler in most of the Roger Moore movies. That's why, and it's just him being creepy towards women, and it's just like... Weren't you just being creepy about 5 minutes? Oh, you were? Okay, cool. Yeah. Holly Goodhead, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, a woman.
That's true.
She's one of my favorite Bond girls, by the way.
Dr. Goodhead.
How bad that movie is too. She carries that movie.
She carries that movie like a motherfucker.
Does she?
Yeah. Watch it again, man.
I recently watched it. It was like probably like 5 months ago now, but like. I think the only thing that I remember sticking out to me about that movie was how they had so many action scenes that didn't need to be in there. Mm-hmm. I feel like they were just stretching the runtime until he gets into space, which is the whole point of the movie.
Yep.
And
they pulled a Jason Takes Manhattan.
They did. And then they also had that weird scene where that woman got torn apart by dogs, which is always like haunting my dreams.
Yeah.
But what did Dr. Goodhead do? I mean, because of her hilarious name?
No. She's like she's attractive, but she's also
she's an astronaut. Like
she's
very smart and she pretty much teaches people about space.
Yeah, she's a astrophysicist. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
She's like real smart. Like she like holds her own. That's my favorite kind of Bond girl. The one that like holds their own against Bond. Like, that won't, like, you know, cave into his shit, like, gives him shit back. I really, like, Wei Lin, I think is great. I think in Tomorrow Never Dies, Michelle Yeoh does great.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why Pam Boyer from License to Kill is great.
She's great.
Actually, like, Timothy Dalton probably treats the Bond girls the best out of any of the James Bonds. Because Sean Connery is physically abusive. Roger Moore is a fucking creep.
Yep.
George Lazenby gets married, so, like, I guess, but one example. And then Pierce Brosnan just uses him and loses him.
That is true.
That's an interesting point, actually, because you always hear about how Timothy Dalton is, like, one of the more hard-nosed Bonds. Mm-hmm. But he ends up being, like, relatively good to the women around him.
Yeah.
He has pathos. He was sad at the wedding in License to Kill,
Yeah.
he even like had the wedding gift, and he was like super happy for them. Like he was aware there was like something happening that was like a big life moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love the idea that they made it personal in License to Kill. And it's like the first time that he's his license revoked. That's what it was going to be called, but people in America didn't know what the word revoked meant.
Well, I mean, I know what it means, and I'm pretty disappointed that they wanted to insult the audience by calling us a bunch of revokes.
So, I mean, this also is of note, but those movies like were made during the AIDS epidemic, so that is why he doesn't bed anybody. There's no scenes of that happening in those.
He only beds the cartel's mistress in
Talisa
License
Soto.
to Kill. Yeah, because. But it's also because he's a fucking drug cartel. Fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck his girlfriend. It's fine. That
first girl that you see him with in The Living Daylights, where he like lands on her boat, and then she's like, "Why can't I find a good man?" And then he grabs the phone and he's like, "She'll call you back." And then he like dials MI6 or whatever, and he's like, "I'll be there in an hour." And then she's like, "Would you like something to drink?" And he's like, "Better make that to 2." And it's like he totally boned her for sure. And then M's just like, "Where the hell have you been?" "Ah, never mind. I know where you've been. I heard that woman's voice over the 80s phone with a huge fucking antenna."
"Where have you been?" "Hopefully wearing a condom, I hope."
Well, if those came out during the AIDS crisis, how do you think future Bond movies will be impacted by coronavirus? Is he just going to be like wearing a mask and like not torturing anybody? Just like
I don't
sniping everybody?
If this
just
goes on
people.
Yeah. The name's Bond. James Bond. I could do it. I'll do it. It'll be me.
Can you imagine? Like then the faces of the people that are coughing are like, like
yeah, exactly.
I can just
I'll tell you whatever I want. Just don't do it again.
He pulls his mask down. The name's Bond. James Bond. Yeah.
Oh, no, the horror.
Now the whole world's gonna know that I done coughed on you.
It is interesting to think about because, like, if this goes on longer than a year, like where everyone in the world has to wear masks, then it's gonna have to seep into movies. But I don't think, unless it's like a horror film or something like a drama, I don't think it'll kind of seep into it. Action movies, I mean, they can just ignore the fact. I think maybe.
I will say, this is kind of off topic, but I just read it today.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Mission Impossible
I'm kidding.
Mission Impossible 7's production was suspended again because of a motorcycle stunt gone wrong.
Oh, no.
And so it wasn't coronavirus related, but it kind of makes you wonder, like, they're shooting 7 and 8 back-to-back, and they are, like, one of the few big-budget movies that are approved to shoot where they are right now. And it just makes you wonder, like, these movies are coming out in like 3 years, depending on post-production. And we will be watching these in the future. And the whole time it's going to be like, dude, this was so fucked for such a long time. I'm just curious. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm curious about what it looks like.
Was it Tom Cruise in the motorcycle accident?
No, it was a stunt person. And from what I understand, everyone was like fine physically. But it was like there was an explosion that was supposed to go off, and it did, but it was fucked up somehow, and it was a really expensive shot, and it took a lot to set up, so just a headache for everybody.
Yikes. I don't know. It is interesting to think about. I mean, like, in 3 years, where will we all be?
Yeah.
30s.
Potentially dead.
32.
Love it. Can't wait.
Yeah. I was watching Caravan of Garbage. Gerrit, you told me to watch some of their stuff before.
Love those guys.
And one of them suggested that what the Bond franchise should do is, and I agree with this, is they should go back to the 60s. I don't want to see any, because it's like half the fun of the Bond movies were the gadgets and like the crazy stuff that it's like, go back. Like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was great. That was a great movie. Do something like that.
That's what I was saying on the pod as well. I said that a while ago. I didn't know they talked about it, but I'll try and find that episode. But yeah, I would love to see Back to Basics Bond. I think Quentin Tarantino was saying that he wanted to do that. Like, set it in the 60s, 50s, 60s. I want a young... This is what I want. I want a young 20-something, like a Robert Pattinson type. I know he's in his 30s now, but like I want a young like that. I want him to be suave, elegant, tall, dark, handsome, little scar on the cheek maybe, give it a little Ian Fleming nod, like a Daniel Craig, but have them make a movie every, 4 years at the most. But it goes on with this actor, so we can have the same Bond for like not 30 years. Well, I guess years. 50. Yeah, 20, 25 years. And then we could get a more consistent, like have a fucking slate of movies and plan it out. Don't pull a fucking Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, No Time to Die situation where they're all linked somehow and not know, like every movie they've written themselves into a corner and they are not Breaking Bad Vince Gilligan about it. They cannot write themselves out. So I that's what I want. I want a big chunk. I'll be dead, but I want that to live on. So that's what I want.
I either want that or a friend of mine and we discussed this eons ago before the first Kingsman movie came out. Like a Bond in his 50s or 60s that's retired, and we kept saying Colin Firth would be perfect, and then he did Kingsman. We're like, you bastard, you fucking took our idea. But like an older Bond who's retired and then all of a sudden has to get thrust back into it. Granted, that was also like the whole Taken thing too. That's when like old men were just talk of Hollywood. Like, yeah, let's make old people relevant again. But
well, you could even do that with the young guy. Like, let's say he's retired as James Bond, and then a new person takes that 007 title, and then he has to come back into it like 3 movies later or something. So he is in his 60s. Like, I would love the idea of that. But, Hollywood, they're going to have to bank on him not dying and shit like that. I don't know.
Well, I've been watching the original Batman movies, starting with 1989.
The best one.
I actually think Returns might be the best one. I
feel like you and me are alone on that, but I genuinely think that Batman Returns is pretty fucking great.
It's crazy.
It is, but continue.
So, I would love to talk more about this because I'm really into Batman right now. But
next
the point
season
is, yeah, for sure. But the point is, like, when there was an actor unavailable, they immediately committed to the next guy. Like, Batman Forever 95, Batman and Robin 97. That's a 2-year gap. That's nothing. And they were like, oh, whatever, Val Kilmer, you're doing the same. Okay, George Clooney. Yeah. And I would love to see – like, I love the commitment to one actor. Like, I love Daniel Craig. But maybe it's time with how many cinematic universes are popping up. Let's be a little more elastic. Let's get someone for a 1 and done or a 2 and done and just like let it be. And in that regard, let's grab like a 60-year-old dude and like, I mean, it'd be great to get Pierce Brosnan out of retirement. You could do Liam Neeson. He's Irish. He's almost 70. I would watch the shit out of that.
That is the thing but the problem with James Bond is Eon has such a tight leash, and it's like they're not gonna budge. They think that they know what they're doing, and they fucking have never known. It's every good one is just, how did a good one come out of that? It's crazy. It's like they accidentally make good movies. I don't get it.
That's a very unfortunate truth, I would say, because it was when Rogue Nation came out for Mission Impossible, and I was like, wait a minute, these are markedly better, much better. And it's sad because James Bond's the fucking shit. I love it. I'm living for James Bond to James Bond, but I mean,
Fallout is one of the best action movies of all time. Yeah. And so is Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol. Yeah. Like when I saw Ghost Protocol in the theater, I was like, this could be one of the greatest movies ever. And then I saw Rogue Nation and I was like, how do they keep making consistent movies? And then I saw Fallout and I'm like, how is this better than the last 2 ones combined?
And in the it's not like the other one, like, oh yeah, they were, go back and rewatch it. They're just okay. It's like, no, I rewatched Ghost Protocol like a week ago because it's on Hulu, and I was like, holy shit, this movie's awesome.
Yeah,
and I rewatched Rogue Nation. I'm like, this movie's also awesome. And then Fallout's just perfect. I'm like,
Well,
God
I
damn
mean,
it, Tom Cruise.
Spectre,
I know, right?
Spectre just ripped off Rogue Nation, so
Well, Spectre ripped off like James Bond. Like,
Yeah,
they
Spectre ripped
didn't
off itself.
try.
it did.
They said they were trying by giving it a $250 million budget, and they got Sam Mendes back, and he's this prolific, award-winning director, and Skyfall was solid, and they just, I don't know what is going through that brain trust. It's like Star Wars, where they have like Kathleen Kennedy or whoever is in charge, and they're not very good, and they're just kind of like whatever. And then you have Marvel, where it's just pretty solid, has some solid guidance, and then there's James Bond that's like in the middle, where it's like they're not really doing anything too new with it.
Well, Marvel has been one guy, like it's his brainchild. Everything pretty much goes through him, Kevin Feige, right?
Yeah, and that's why a lot of directors have left Marvel projects, because they'll have their own ideas, and he's like, well, that doesn't really encapsulate my vision, so that's why they leave. Which
and then
sense.
they're like Paul Bettany. All right, you said vision, and I sorry,
I
stupid.
see what you did there, you son of a bitch.
I do too, and I'm sad. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, man, I don't know what the next thing is for it.
I like that they've been hiring more independent filmmakers for the last few. I think it gives it like a stamp of creativity. So I don't want them to go exactly the Marvel route and just have everything under an umbrella, but within reason, like experiment a little more and let it go. Like stop hiring Neil Purvis and Robert Wade. Oh my goodness. Stop having it exactly like Bond girl gets met, she dies, set piece, final, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, there is no Bond girl in Skyfall. There's one, but she dies like the first half of the movie. That's crazy.
Is the Bond girl.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like that. That's different. But then Spectre is like, well, what we did with this, we're gonna double down and give two, and it's Monica Bellucci and then Madeline Swan, who is now Tracy from Tracy Bond. God damn it, I hate that franchise, and I love it at the same time.
Yeah, for real.
Spectre just makes me sad.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, buddy? I'm at 9% on my computer.
Do you see
computer?
I don't really have anything else right now. We'll definitely have to have a Batman discussion at some point, because
I'm down.
I can't wait to hear why you think Batman 1 is better. And I just have to say, I used to think that. And but you know what's really this is why these movies are so good, is because I used to think Batman 1 was really solid, and it is. It's like really good. And then I watched Batman Returns. I was like, this is so good and so different, and it makes me want to watch the first one again, even though I just watched it. It was weird. It just made me feel like, oh, whoa.
So we can all agree that Michael Keaton is the best Batman, right?
Which is weird, because I don't know. It's so elastic. There's so many good parts to everything. I think Batman Forever is amazing, for example.
I don't think it's amazing. I think it's good.
Batman
for
Forever
what it was.
is one of the most, it's the most fun Batman movie.
That's the thing, and it's fun without being fucking awful like Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
Batman and Robin is fun because of how shit it is. And
that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Do I
it's
own
not
all
good.
those?
Yeah. It's so fun to watch. It really is very fun to watch, but it's so bad.
It's not good. There's no really redeeming qualities to it other than freeze puns.
Yep. And I gotta say, last note on this, watching Batman Returns back to back more or less with Batman made me realize I would love a third movie with Michael Keaton as much as I would love a third movie with Timothy Dalton. Like, there would have been such an interesting trajectory there.
Well, they are bringing Michael Keaton back to the DC universe as Batman Bruce Wayne, which, depending on how they go with it, I'm okay with it. But if it's just like a flash in the pan sort of thing, like, it's a cameo, then get the fuck out of here. I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he needs to be doing shit. He needs to be
I want Batman Beyond style, man. Old man Keaton, give me a younger guy to play Terry McGinnis. Give me that shit.
That sounds awesome. I would watch the shit out of that. And they can do the James Bond. Get Timothy Dalton back and fucking, he's like, I'm old and like, better make that 4 hours. Like, I don't know.
My hip might give out.
Yeah. Give the Viagra time to go down. I don't know.
Just have it be the same character from Hot Fuzz. I want ice cream. God, that movie's great.
The greats are good.
The greats are good.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, shit, guys.
Cool.
It's a pretty long episode. Thanks for being on, Alex. That was great.
Yeah,
it was super fun.
thanks for coming in.
Fun. And hopefully I can be here again sometime.
We finished covering the game.
For sure.
Next episode, we will get to everybody's notes about what they had said about the Bond games. So we'll do that.
We still haven't.
I know, we still haven't done it. And I think, because Alex, you said some things about that. You ranked some. So, but I think that we should talk about the books at some point. Ooh.
Nerd.
I've only read one.
Me too, so
behind the
perfect.
times. Okay, perfect. We'll do some research.
Yeah, me too. All right.
Cool. All right.
Alex, where can the kids find you?
I will be at Parrot's Lounge tonight, but this will go out tomorrow. So if you didn't see me tonight, tough shit.
What time's that at?
9 o'clock.
Oh,
no shit.
You got to get over there.
Oh, I got time. It's 40 minutes away. I got time.
Be careful.
And then if not, you can also find me on the Twitter machines at ProbsMcGobs, yelling at clouds.
Nice. That's good.
Wait. Can I don't know Twitter. So you're saying your name is at ProbsMcGobs?
It's not his name, it's his handle, Kevin.
That is awesome. And then where does the yelling at clouds portion come in?
Nobody reads my shit. Nobody does. It's just me.
I get it. That's awesome. I love it. It rhymes, and it's a Simpsons reference.
Yes.
Sorry. Anyway,
It's a
I was
win-win.
just surprised. That's cool.
But yeah, that's me. What are you guys doing this weekend?
Well, write to us at KerritPod, gmail.com.
Yep, KerritPod at gmail.com, please, if you have any
Crunch
critiques.
into us.
Yeah, exactly. Mush us into baby food if you want.
KerritPod on Twitter. You can find us everywhere. YouTube as well. I have a
Just
special.
don't DM me on Facebook. This is separate. This is a whole other thing. I don't care about Facebook at all.
I have a special coming out September 10th called Slight Return. It's going to be on YouTube. You can go there right now and then hit the bell, and then you'll get notified the moment it's live. And then on September 11th, never forget, my album is coming out, which is an expanded thing of that. It's a companion piece, I'm calling it. So,
Fun.
it's a little EP for the quarantine.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Sounds good. I like it. Looking forward to it.
It'll be fun. It's me yelling about politics on a stage in front of fucking less than 30 people, so it'll be great.
Perfect. Our podcast.
It's very fun. It's very fun.
Alrighty.
I love you guys. Thank you. That
So
was
long. And yes, have fun tonight, everybody.
Bye, boys. Have fun storming the castle.